Can you hear me okay? Hello. Good morning.
Hey, what's up? Hey, this is the
Can you
CryptoHarlem live stream, and this is Matt from CryptoHarlem, and we have a special guest today, Dana CFO, my presentation partner. So let's put your hands together. I am doing a lot of things at once, but let's get some applause.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Can you hear me okay? Can everyone hear me okay? I can't tell. It's my first time being on this side of the screen. Hello? Oh shoot.
Yeah,
Can you hear me well?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I was like, no one's responding, so I was scared. It's my first time
Don't be
speaking.
scared. You're amongst friends.
Thank you. Where are you heading?
I'm heading to meet someone
Oh,
and put them on the live stream. Special guest. So you can tell from all the trees, this is probably not Harlem.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell actually, because it's just trees. But I hope it's cool out there. I'm in the DC area, and it's pretty cool out here today.
I'm gonna pause because I'm walking over a highway and I'm having a hard time hearing. So I'm gonna put my earpiece in.
Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah, of course. Always careful. Hackers and attackers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you were my presentation partner in a lot of different things, but why don't you introduce yourself to people who don't know who you are?
Sure. So my name is Danasia. I'm from Vietnam, and I came here around 8 years ago for my bachelor's degree in philosophy. Hey, bagel butt. I came here like 8 years ago for my bachelor's degree in philosophy at the University of Virginia, and it was great. During that time when I was studying, my focus was on ethics, and I read a lot about like technology and how ethics was like starting to become a thing that people were like talking about when it comes to technology, and how technology is impacting like different people, like all these issues that Matt has been, telling people about, like surveillance and technological racism and all that sort of thing. So I was like, how can I get into tech and learn more about technology? Because I picked philosophy to actually like stay away from all the STEM stuff. I felt like I was not good enough. I felt like, computer science was not for me, math was not for me, and STEM was all about these things. So I was like staying away from tech, but it was becoming a more and more important thing. So I was looking around, and I realized that cybersecurity was like a path to tech because it didn't require me to have a background in computer science or any like strong technical background. And so I applied and I got a master's in cybersecurity. During this time, I was like thinking about how I could use my skills and knowledge to help the people, like just make the world a better place. But during my program, it was mostly focusing on how to use cybersecurity to protect like businesses and corporates. And so after a while, I was like, this is not like really helping with my mission. And so I was just like doing some research, like cybersecurity and human rights defenders, and cybersecurity plus activism and that sort of thing. And I found Matt. That's how I found him, because I was looking for a way to use my skills to make the world a better place, and I just didn't know how. And so Matt was doing all these amazing things, and I reached out to him, and he taught me about like the worlds of activism and cybersecurity and hacking and like all this good stuff. And so we started working on like different projects together, and yeah, and then like just this year we became presentation partners. Spoke at two big
to go. People, show. I don't know. We dropped for a second. I don't know why. Hey guys, who says hey guys? Can you see in the chat? Oh, I
Yeah,
see
I
it.
see that. I see
It's
Bagel
Bagel
Butt
Butt.
has
What up,
been.
Bagel Butt? Who doesn't love bagels? You know. You know what? We missed us last weekend too because it was too much going on. It was too difficult. Um, hope, hope
Yeah, Matt
as
was really trying to stream the talks and stuff, but after our presentations, it was a little chaotic because people were coming to us and they were like, "Oh, this talk was so good, man! I finally got to see you." And
but also we
Rockstar,
try not. Also, we don't want to film people keeping up with the code of conduct and people's privacy. So it made it really hard. I just I can't do this. Like, there's no place to stream. People keep I should have had a big sign that said, "If you come near me, you're on camera." Then I probably could have done it.
yeah, but we miss you guys too. We talked about it. We tried really hard to make it work, the streams, but it was just too much.
Way too much. Too much. Couldn't handle it. So, but yeah, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? And what a cool name. Um, we'll bring the event to you. So there's videos of all the talks that were at the event, and what we'll do on the stream is once the videos are uploaded because they're not on uploaded yet, is we'll take some of our favorite ones, including ours, and we'll show you some clips from it. You know, so you're right there with us, Bagel. But we'll do like the highlight reel, Sports Center. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like Matt is just used to hosting events and holding all these digital workshops and stuff already. I've just started to become like a more public person. I post content on social media, on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, especially. But I was like never really be out physically talking to people, and so um, these two conferences like really allowed me to like know what it's like, feel what it's like, and I have more confidence now, like holding something like physical for people. I think it was like a great way to just like meet people face to face, connecting with them instead of just me creating content and putting like the cybersecurity educational content out there. So hopefully
Yeah,
we'll know something by the end of this year. Thinking about it, especially during the cybersecurity month. Maybe we can do something together.
yeah, that'd be cool. I think October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I think a lot of people they do awareness for their companies and their employees and the banks and all that stuff for corporations, but it's not like super fun awareness stuff for regular people. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we could help change that and do some cool stuff. That'd be fun, and I'd be happy to do stuff with you. And the content you create, do you want to talk more about where you create your content and how people can find it? The stuff that's not in the real world for regular people to check out?
Yeah, sure. So I post most of my content on Instagram. I also post some on TikTok, but Instagram is like my main thing. I started posting them. I started posting about like ethics and tech before because that was like my passion, talking about how technology impacts people and how people can, be more aware with the technology they use. And then I was doing this while I was studying cybersecurity, and I started like people were like reaching out to me when they learned that I was studying cybersecurity, and they were asking me, "Well, do you know like how we can protect ourselves, or like all these data breaches? Like what do we do? All these companies just tell me, like, hey, we got a breach. Change your password, or hey, here's like some credit for you to monitor your like for suspicious activities and stuff like that." And so I was like, oh, like this is like something that's needed. Like people don't know what to do when they're attacked. And so I started making videos about, cybersecurity best practices, also privacy best practices. And I talk about like different issues with technology and cybersecurity as well. So it's like a fun mix of ethics, cybersecurity, and also I do some dad jokes here and then. And I post some personal stuff out there too. Like I play guitar and I go like play basketball and stuff like that. so people can know me better. My handle, sorry, I was like talking all this stuff without giving you my handles. My handle for my personal account on Instagram is danacia.vo, DANACEA.vo, VO. And the account for Cyberlixir is CYBERLIXIR.
Yeah, and we can show it to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really good with that. Can you do you have in your controls the ability to share your screen or no?
I'm not sure. I can't share I can't write stuff on the chat. Um,
Let's see. No,
um,
try to go to I don't know what it looks like for you because I've never been a guest.
oh, I see.
But
I see share screen. So
yeah, try to go to your Instagram.
okay.
But try to share a tab, not a window, so that you give yourself some more privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. So Bagel Butt's talking about you, you ran into my interview with Vice motherboard. Yeah. It was one of those. So that's pretty cool. And sorry you're having some issues with your hacker roommate. Careful of those hackers. They're very sensitive. Maybe too sensitive. So anyway, I'm in a cafe right now, and I just ran into.
Hey, Sarah.
That's
Sorry,
right. It's Sarah.
it's been a
She can't.
minute.
It has been a minute. She can't hear you right now because my earpiece is in. So I'm not on super loud speakerphone. But maybe I'll give Sarah an earpiece and I'll mic her up, and then she'll be like, we'll be hanging. I'm gonna go sit down in the back. I'm gonna go sit down in the back.
Okay, I
No
can't really
worries, sir.
share
Thank
my
you.
screen because like there's the
You don't.
setting that requires
Hmm.
me to like, close my Brave browser and reopen it if I want to start sharing my screen and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That makes sense. Do you have a browser that you might have already used for that? Like maybe
maybe Safari, but no, like I set my privacy really high, so like none of this stuff is like enabled right now. Oh, Matt is frozen. I wonder if I'm still on. Or am I? Okay, Matt is gone. It's a common thing.
people show
Have I ever
show.
seen you before? Have I
Hey,
met you in person? I'm not sure. Okay,
wait,
I'm
who you?
here.
Yeah, people can only see you when you're in this thing. Okay, so let me get set up here. Can you see? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the dope service. I appreciate it. Boom.
Wait, Matt and Sarah, where's this place?
Hold on. Are you okay using this? Here, stick that in your ear. Hmm. Yeah. Say, can you hear Sarah now?
Test, test, test.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I hear
It's
you.
oh, where are you guys? Where's this place?
Undisclosed location.
I can't hear
Secret, a secret cafe, secret cafe hangout.
my oh.
Oh,
Bagel, but you don't have to worry about dominating the chat. You can say whatever you want.
but now we don't see you.
So
This is where I
There we go.
Matt, I can hear you very well. I can hear Sarah pretty well. But we have a question in the chat. Do you still have events in Harlem?
Yeah, we still have events in Harlem. We just don't do them every month because I'm too busy for that. You know what I'm saying? So it would be dope. So what we do is we do the events every
We can't hear. I can't hear you very well.
You know what? My phone made a sound.
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's because you're far from your phone.
No, no, no. Okay, yeah. Check it out. Hold on. Do you hear me better now?
A little better.
All right, hold on. We're gonna fix that.
You want to try and do it without the earpiece? Or just on?
Sarah's voice is clear, so I
Oh,
think.
my voice is here. Maybe it's just the one mic that's picking up the. We're fixing it. We're fixing it. But basically, the gist is events in Harlem used to happen every month, but Matt is an international superstar right now, so a little bit busy on the calendar. So the events happen once a quarter instead of once every month, but they still happen. And yeah, basically like 4 times a year in person in Harlem, once a quarter.
Yeah, so commercials will happen like around 3 to 4 times on a stream if you're not subscribed. If you're not like what's that thing? Like paid for
Yeah.
the thing to upgrade
Yeah,
your.
subscribe.
Mhm.
Do we have other questions in the chat? I can't see from here, but let us know if there are other questions in the chat.
Oh, we're good. They're just
Okay.
comments. Dances with Burrito. Kind of funny seeing Danacia modding on screen. Yeah. I was, like I've been like D Elixir on the streams, just like being on the other side, watching people, making sure they're saying, positive things, nice things in the chat, not causing problems. But here I am. I'm a guest now.
Welcome. It's great to see you. It's great to chat with you today and to see you on screen. I have a question for you. Are you headed to DEF CON?
Yes, I am. I'll be at DEF CON. Super excited for it, actually.
Are you?
So
What's the thing that you're most excited about for DEF CON?
I don't know. Last year
Oh
was my
yeah, or
first DEF
actually
CON.
maybe
Let's take it back. What is that?
that's true. What is DEF CON? What is DEF CON? Let's start with that. Especially if last year was your first DEF CON. What is DEF CON, and then what was it like for you last year as a first experience?
Yeah, so DEF CON is this hacker conference in Las Vegas. I think it's in Las Vegas every year, right? Like that place doesn't
Yeah,
change.
correct.
Okay, so it happens every year, and there are around like 30,000 people. So there are lots of people there. They're hackers. They're like corporate people. They're people who are interested in the hacking world or cybersecurity, and it's huge. And they run it from like this giant hotel last year. Like I'm just speaking from my experience from last year, and it was a lot. There were all these talks about like how to hack things. There are like workshops about how you can hack things. There are some like beginner's path. There are some more technical paths, and the fun thing about it to me was like I got to see all these like really like famous-ish hackers and cybersecurity professionals. Mostly were introduced to me by like through Matt because he knows like everyone, and I got to meet them in person. I was like, whoa, like I read about you, I read your books, and I read about what you did, and I got to see them in person, and so that was super exciting. I was really looking forward to like an electronic badge last year, but unfortunately they didn't have that last year. So that is like one thing that I look forward to this year. And attending more talks and maybe doing some CTFs because last year I was like really intimidated by all the CTFs and all the like high level talks.
What's yeah.
CTF is like capture the flag. It's like thing that is kind of like a game, right? I'm not sure how to best explain it. Yeah, it's kind of like a game, and you find like a special code by hacking into systems.
Right. Super cool. So let's go back to Hope, Hackers on Planet Earth. That's a conference that happens in New York every 2 years.
So it's still really hard to hear you. Maybe you guys should.
I got a mic. Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. We can hear you still, right?
Yeah, I hear her.
Is she saying? Are you saying anything?
No,
I'm not saying anything.
no, she.
It was just difficult to hear Matt. Sarah is like really clear.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Not really.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry for the technical issues, folks. Maybe we need to remove the headphones.
Can you hear me now? I'm gonna change my mic here. I'll change our mic.
Okay.
Microphone. Whoa. Did you hear?
Yeah.
Hello?
Test.
Still can hear Sarah well. I can kind of make out what you say. So
Hold on here. I could see the mic sign.
it
You
was
still can't hear Matt, right?
Hello? Oh yeah. It's working. Now the speaker,
yeah, it's working very well now.
we lost her. We lost her because it's making the speaker and the mic the same thing. I don't know why. Interesting. Okay.
Hey BagelBot. Oh, Hilt's 20. I don't know what link was
I
in the
got
chat.
this.
Can't really.
I got this. I got this. I know what to do. We're gonna just bother people out here. Okay, so now the mic is loud because it's the mics that we're holding, and her voice should be coming from this thing. Cancel this reload. Cancel. How do I make this go away? Okay, Janicia, can you say something?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Volume's all the way up. He's all the way up.
It's
Like
all the
Fat
way
Joe,
up.
all the way up.
It's all the way up.
Here we go. Okay. All right. Can you say something to us,
Yes.
Janicia?
Hello.
Oh
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
it's so low. It's like I can't hear it at all. All right, I think I know how to fix it. I think I need to go, leave, and come back. You might go away. Everyone, don't worry. We're not taking Janicia away from you.
Oh, Hilt's 20. That's not the link. Sorry. And for Cyberelixir, it's instagram.com/Cyberelixir. I can't type in the chat for some reason. Oh, I wonder if I'm still on. Am I still on? Okay, cool.
For now, we're just gonna use speakerphone, so you can hear me and Sarah at the same level of bad. Can you hear us? Okay. Can you hear? Can you hear us?
Still can't hear you very well, Matt.
Okay, hold on. Because like here, it's like this is the headset piece.
Okay, I can hear you well.
Yeah, you can hear me well. And Sarah,
Yeah.
can you talk to your mic? You hear Sarah well?
Okay, sorry about the links, guys. It's instagram.com/Denicia.vo. That's for my personal Instagram. And for the other one, it's instagram.com/Cyberelixir. And for Cyberelixir, it's cyber, CYBER. And then Lixir is LIXIR. So this is a combination
Okay, and
of cyber an elixir.
All right, so Sarah, why don't you talk to them? I will get the Wi-Fi so I can use my computer.
Can you hear me?
She
I
can
can
hear you
hear you.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was +1 to density of content on Instagram. It's like fucking awesome. It's super high quality. It's amazing for people who want to learn about like cybersecurity and like events and whatever is happening in the world. I love following your social media stuff, and it's always. I mean, it's so obvious how much effort you put in and that you care so much about what you're doing. So I just want to +1 that for everyone on the chat. Please follow her and
I
share her.
appreciate that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of skepticism with social media and putting content out there. People say it's like, we get a lot of distractions on social media, lots of like low quality stuff, misinformation, some dances that people don't really care about, But like these things are out there, and we want like I want to make it a space where people can like learn about things that they care about. We also can't ignore the facts that social media spreads information really quickly. And so if we just like let misinformation and distractions being on social media only, then that's like these are the only things that people will be watching. And so it's important to just post educational content and content that raise awareness to the issues that are around us.
I want to go back a second to what Matt was asking you about. So he was asking about hope, where I know I couldn't make it because I was out of town, but I really like hope. I try to go every other year whenever it's happening. And I know you gave your first talk there. Was it also your first hope?
It was my first hope, yeah.
What did you think of it?
It was great. I enjoyed it. It was a lot less intimidating and a lot less like overwhelming than DEF CON. DEF CON had like around 30,000 people, and Hope was around like 1,000 people. So it was great because the event was like for 3 days, and I got to see the same people like for 3 days. So I got to like carry on conversations. I got to ask them, hey, like what are the talks that you're going to, and get to know them better. At DEF CON, we were just like walking past each other, and maybe like, you forget people on the second or third day. And so, yeah, it was great. And the talks, I noticed too that the talks were focusing a lot on like social issues. Like I saw like how to hack the environment to make it, to make the planet greener. And we talked about cybersecurity, like hacktivism for organizers, because that was our focus. And we got a large audience from that talk because they cared about, social issues, not just like how to hack things, not just like how to secure things, but how to use hacking skills and knowledge to make the world better. And so I thought that was a really great event in general.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what was I going to ask you? Oh, what was your favorite talk that you attended?
It better be your talk.
The one where you didn't have to speak, the one where you could just be an audience member.
Yeah, it was. My talk was like my favorite talk, obviously.
Did you talk about your talk?
Sorry?
Did you talk about your talk? What was your talk?
Oh yeah, so hacktivism for organizers. Basically, we noticed that like Matt and I talked about what presentation we'll be giving at this hacker conference, and we were like, there'll be lots of hackers in the room, and we want to make a difference. We want them to use their skills to help people, to make the world a better place. And some people, get into bad hacking, become bad hackers, and go to jail because they don't know how to use their skills for good. And so we thought, this would be a great opportunity to talk to people about how to use hacking to create positive impacts to the world. And our talk was about like digital activism, just giving people like the resources on how to, look out for people who they care about without, like, regardless of their backgrounds or skill set. Beginners can do these things like one of the things that we talked about was, like raising awareness on social media. That's a form of activism. Another one we talked about was just like creating these, like if you have cybersecurity knowledge or cybersecurity background, you could volunteer at these places like Cyber Peace, Access Now, and also being part of NGO ISAC. ISAC stands for Information Sharing ISAC.
Analysis center.
Sharing
Yeah.
Accessible
Analysis.
Analysis Center. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you have these skills, you could talk to people. You could talk to people about it. You could host digital workshops, and we were just like providing all these resources and examples to show people how this can be done and how they can get started. We also have a link for it. I don't know how to share the link on here.
Oh, I got you.
I've been asking Matt for the link for the talk, so I'm excited to see.
Sorry, I couldn't really hear Sarah. What was that?
I said I've been asking Matt for the link as well. I'm excited to watch the talk.
Mm-hmm. I think I shared it on one of my Instagram's posts too.
Got it. We'll find it. Do you have any other questions about Hope that you wanted to ask?
Well, I know that Danacia, you gave a talk at Women's Suffrage. What was that talk? And what is Women's Suffrage?
Yeah, so Women's Suffrage Jutsu was another, is like they're an organization who focus on empowering women and getting them into cybersecurity. They had a conference as well. It was a little smaller than Hope, and our audience was smaller too, but it was great. Our talk was about cyber guardians, cybersecurity for the people. And the reason why we had that talk was because I was, like, as I said during my introduction, during my master's in cybersecurity, I was noticing that cybersecurity professionals were being taught like skills on how to protect businesses and corporates. And we just wanted to inspire people to like learn more about individual security or cybersecurity for human rights defenders and activists. So they could protect the people around them. They could protect their community and family and friends. And these things were not being taught in schools or any certificate. And so we were like providing, again, like resources to help people get started. And yes, Danacia on Instagram, thank you. And yeah, it was like with a different crowd. So the whole crowd was like more hackers, and there were some notable names in our audience. That was a little like scarier. I'm also like, I have a public speaking fright, so it's like scary for me to speak publicly. But I started out with the Cyber Jutsu Day around like 2 or 3 weeks before Hope, and yeah, it was like with the smaller audience. Most of them were new cybersecurity professionals, and so we were just like inspiring them, and to use their skills to help the family, help their family, help the community. And Hope was more like hacker specific and more activism specific.
Nancy, I have a question for you. When you feel nervous about a talk, how do you prepare for it? Like how do you deal with the nerves? Because I know a lot of people feel that way before they have to do some public speaking gig, and people have different like ways of managing the stress and managing the nerves before a talk. So I'm just wondering, like, how do you approach a talk and like how do you prepare for it, especially if you're nervous for it?
Yeah, first of all, I was so grateful to have a wonderful presentation partner, Matt. He's like the best public speaker I've ever known, seriously. And so before the talks, we went through several things. He kind of trained me on how to speak publicly. One of those things is he would show me this video and I would give a presentation in front of this crowd. And it was like really distracting at times because the crowd would end up doing things like they would leave their seats, they would look at their phones, they would just like look at me and laugh, that sort of thing. So that was super distracting. But like that happens in real life. And so he was preparing me for it. The other thing too, he was telling me, if I feel nervous, if I feel like oh, I messed up or something, just look over at him, and he would just be like, you got this. He would just give me a smile and be, like, be supportive about it. And he would cover anything that I say like incorrectly, or if I kind of froze on stage, like he will just like provide me that sense of security, like it'll be all right, like even if you mess up, and so that helps me. I was also looking for tips to, how to present on publicly as well, and one of the things that they mentioned was, if you mess up, just like keep going. If you don't make a big deal out of it, like the audience would not notice until, like you say things like, "Oops, sorry, I messed it up." Oh, just like keep going, just push it through.
That's a great tip. That's a great tip to just keep going, because like if people don't notice, like you can just keep going, and it's easy to keep talking through your talk without basically calling attention to you supposedly messing up.
Yeah. And we did like other things, like, like doing this power pose before the talk. And I was like thinking the whole time, like, I'm doing this to, like, I'm a professional. Like, I have to believe that I know this thing well. And I'm doing this to make a positive impact in this world. And so it kind of like helps me keep going. It pushes me to keep talking and just believing in myself.
That's awesome. Thank you for the tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, those people are super distracting.
So
And it's VR. So if you have a tablet or a phone, you move, you're looking to the room. And if you're on desktop, you can just drag and your eyes move. And they're just like not into it.
I can't believe Matt made you look at these videos of people being distracted to practice for the talk. It is so distracting. Even now, I was like, shit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember like when we were practicing for the talk, we had the slides ready and we were just like trying to do run throughs, and Matt would like put up this video. And I remembered like I got super distracted. I couldn't finish the talks at all. Like we had several runs and I just couldn't finish the talk. And I was like completely freaked out. I was scared and I froze here and then. And I even cried because I was like, shit, like I can't do this, But yeah, it was like good prep, and the audience we had was we were able to like capture attention, so they were not distracted at all. Again, like Matt was really great. He made jokes and stuff on the stage, so people were like laughing and they were nodding their heads, and we were grateful to have a good audience as well. So if you're like part of the audience, the things that will really help the speakers is just like your supportiveness, nodding your head at times, and just like, yeah, just sending that positive energy towards us, because speaking is scary, and we need you. We need people like you to be in the audience to support us.
Yeah. This question in the chat is Matt in Costa Rica or something. You know what that reminds me of, Matt? When I was in Europe at some point, and we were doing a live stream in Europe, and then we played this offside game of what's it called? OSense, this OSense game. To try and have people click. We were based on the signs around the types of buildings and the streets.
This is very confusing.
So
This is the ultimate.
Matt, you're kind of like echoey.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
It's because my mic, I'm too close to Sarah. Let me get away from her.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Costa Rica, Matt. I wish I was in Costa Rica.
We were in Costa Rica about a year ago at this time. Oh no, you weren't. I was.
Yeah, you were. Nice try. Okay. Yeah, so listen, we talked about your amazing public speaking at the Hacker Conference host, at the Cybersecurity Professional Conference, Women's Cyber Jitsu. What's next?
Yeah, so I just hope, like I've been doing these presentations with you and they really give me confidence. I really liked the idea of interacting with people physically and also like just running a physical digital workshops. That's how I, got to know you and learn about you. It's just like all these articles about how you were hosting all these digital workshops for vulnerable communities in Harlem. And I wanted to do something like that eventually. So, as I said, like hopefully, this year I could find like a good community place and host my own event. And hopefully, you be there and I'll be giving the talks to you.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. I'll be learning from you. Right now I'm getting bit up on mosquitoes. So another thing that I did at Hope was I launched my clothing line, right? Right. So just get that up on the screen. I
That
have
was
some
really
cards.
one of the main things I was bummed about missing out.
Mhm.
Because I know it was a big debut for some of your clothing. I
Yeah.
was really excited to see it. Were you repping it on stage? Did you wear one of them on stage for your talk?
No, I wore a Wakanda shirt that wanted to rep the Wakanda Stack people.
Oh yeah, kind of like.
Um, but that would have been cool.
It was
Um,
really popping at Hope. I was helping Matt set up and just like telling people about his clothing line on and on. And people were just like, "Oh, this is so cool," and they were just like trying to get the stuff on the shelves, and they were trying to talk to us more, and some were even like giving us ideas and stuff. Oh, look at that!
uh-oh. Yes, my idea for you guys can interview me. Um, I like looking different, and when you go to a hacker conference, everybody looks the same.
Are they all wearing?
Everybody's wearing all black shirts and black or off black gray sport shorts, which are the kind of shorts that go lower than your knee, lower than your inner thigh. Um, or if they're super fancy, they're wearing cargo camouflage board shorts, which is basically the same thing. So I'm like, hey, yo, what were you doing before all this? I'm sure you didn't just all dress the same. So I like this drip. It's like the Harlem style, look cool, and I wanted to find clothes that looks kind of hacker. And I would find stuff in like one outfit in Berlin and one pair of pants in Taiwan. It was ridiculous. So I decided to just make this stuff. Like these are typical Mac pants at Sarah. So yeah, I just decided to make them. And this isn't my stuff. This is just some stuff that influenced me. But I did make some commercials. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway,
Where
um,
did you find?
let me put the actual website up. Sorry, Sarah?
Where do you find the inspiration?
Oh, I'm really into fashion. So my inspiration were my favorite designers. Like last week I talked about Acronym, which is this Chinese Jamaican dude, Errol Hughes is his brand. And I really love Acronym. And what Errol did was he took like highly technical things. Are you guys hearing my voice twice? Just me. Okay, hold on. As long as it's just me, it don't matter.
Sorry, you're still echoey a little bit.
Oh, you do hear echo. Hold on, let me fix it. I need to turn on echo cancellation.
I muted here on my end.
Oh, you muted me?
I muted myself.
Oh, you muted yourself? Oh, am I echoey still?
No, you're good now.
It was Sarah. But Sarah, you need to ask questions.
I will.
I'm gonna turn on echo cancellation on Sarah's side. Hold on. Yeah, let me just do it anyway. It's super annoying. Or you gotta fix yourself. My bad. That's a big deal. Oh, and I hate this chat thing. I don't know how to get rid of it. I just never knew how to get rid of it. It's always there. Anyway, Okay, so yeah, inspiration is Errol Hughes, Rick Owens, Kenzo, but Kenzo, like under my man from Bape, you know what I'm saying? Um, which is Nigo. Let's see. Also, like streetwear brands that kind of became high fashion brands like Off White, you know what I'm saying? Um, so rest in peace to Virgil. So yeah, so basically that's the kind of look. So and also I wanted to move people away from black. So I was like, we're trying to not have anything that's black, even though like I'm in my music taste. I listen to like dark wave and like goth stuff, and it's mostly like black stuff, or like hardcore punk from like New York. It's like a lot of black, but in the fashion, I want it to be colors. So that's really what it is. And we gave out these cards, and people could get like a promo code. And the thing about the brand is it's all limited drops. Like I'm wearing this shirt. This is from the brand right here, the shirt. And it's once we sell out of something, we don't make any more of it. We're not just trying to be capitalist, flooding the world with disposable fashion like H&M. And portion of the proceeds goes to hacktivists, because that's a big thing that hacktivists have is a hard time getting money, because people follow the money and they're supposed to be ghosts. So we could get the money, and we know how to get it to them in a way that's easy for them to hide. Hide where they are.
I will say, I've been going to conferences with you. Well, we've been hanging out, and I've been going to conferences with you for like 8-9 years now. And you are always by far the best dressed person at any of these places. Literally, you can't walk in a conference with Matt without someone at least stopping him once and just like showering him with compliments on his style. So I'm so happy that you finally got to launch your line. Like people have been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thanks. Like this right here. This is from it. Like this right here. This is from it. Yes, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Boom.
Oh,
So it's like the New York City thank you bag,
Oh, this is awesome.
but it says hack you.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean,
Yeah.
who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to rock that at a conference, for real? Or not even at a conference.
That's just a sample, because see how it says have a nice day?
Yeah.
But it says have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Well, I mean the AY. I need to move it over.
I see. Have a nice. Yeah. Okay, this one needs a little bit of help. Check it out, guys. Have a nice day.
But yeah,
That's
we're
controversial.
Maybe just like in the middle, or like on the side.
yeah.
No, but it's awesome. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, no, that. And inside is a place for your favorite hero.
Oh, cool.
Bag.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
So you're about to upgrade that conference game for sure for a lot of people, because that black on black is it's rough. It's rough out there. It's not.
I mean,
It's not fun.
when you go to a conference. I mean, it's when you go to a conference with 1,000 people, it's a little off-putting. You don't realize it, but when the conference has 20,000 people, then it's ridiculous. Or 30,000. Like RSA has 40,000. They have a different look. It's Cyber Pro version. It's just khakis, a buttoned-up shirt, but you unbutton it 3 buttons down from your neck, and it's just no matter man, women, gender non-conforming folks, everyone looks the same. So Cyber Pros all look the same, and hackers all look the same. It's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, also like during Hope, we could totally see the change after Matt put out, like once people started buying Matt's clothes and they put it on the next day, like we could see like more colors in the conference. So that was great. Like I was also super proud to see people wearing your clothes and just repping the brand, because this is high quality stuff and you put a lot of thoughts into it. And you've
So
been
Matt, where can people find your stuff? Where can they buy it?
We do pop-ups at hacker conferences. So I'm trying to work out a way to do it at DEF CON. So I'm not sure. But we're online every day.
Can people find it online and buy things online?
Yeah, there it is.
I think there's a sale going
Oh,
on.
I got it. Awesome. It's in the chat, folks. Yeah, if you want to see it in the chat, check it out. Do you work with I know at some point you were trying to work with like local artists and folks who do this type of work. So can you tell us more about that creative process and like what it's like to to work with these folks and who you work with and what the direction is?
I'm
You're muted now, Matt.
Thank you. My bad. My bad.
All good.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm really into design, and I know all these designers are amazing, and I'm also one of the world's best hackers. I know these great hackers and also cybersecurity professionals. So what I do is the idea behind the whole line is there's sub labels, right? So what I'll do is I'll take a designer, like my homie Lisette is a dope designer. Uh, I mean, I know David's dope designer, like mad people dope designers on the squad. I'll introduce them to a hacker. They have no idea. Like, wait, there's hackers in real life. You know, like, they're not from that world at all. They're really fascinated and they act like really cool, like happy to meet them, and they just kind of like talk about the hacker's life. The hacker doesn't have good style, but has an amazing story. And then the designer and the hacker, they talk for a while over a couple of meetings, and then the designer makes something based on what that interaction was, what that inspiration was. You know what I'm saying? So one of my homies, I'm sending a Flipper Zero box to a bunch of Flipper Zeros, and they're going to do art on each Flipper Zero. That's permanent art and paint it. So you could get a non-Flipper Zero. It's like by this artist.
It's so cool. Actually, this
Yeah.
is one of the coolest things that you could get. It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, because
Yeah, you look no one.
they look corny. They're like white with the orange things on it, but your Flipper could look like super unique, and it's one of a kind.
Wait, Matt, I don't know if you talked about it, but do you want to explain what a Flipper Zero is?
Oh yeah, it's a little box that emulates a lot of RF frequencies, and it has extensions and these capes you can put on it or boards you can put into it to extend it. Because normally when you're hacking, you're using a whole computer, and this makes it something that you can carry within your hand like a Game Boy. Secondary, it's a little dull. If you don't, everybody roots it and puts a different operating system on it in hacker world, but you know, it's perfectly fine to use the one that's there. And the more you use it, the more you're feeding this pet dolphin inside. And it's like a Tamagotchi. So it's also kind of like a video game in itself. And it makes real life hacking a video game. And you have a little pet that you have to keep alive, kind of like the Duolingo owl, but like less gangster. That dude is so annoying. So it's like a more friendly, chill thing with you. So another thing we have is, one thing I learned is when the hackers are around me, they act different. They act like this person that I know, and they can connect. When they're around a stranger, which is what a designer is to them, just another random human, they shut down. I didn't know that. So I would like, oh, hey, y'all, meet and let's hang out. Matt in the middle as a bridge. And then I would just leave them alone, and it would be like dead silence. Worst meeting ever for both of them. And so what I realize now is I have to be there with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to keep that connection going until the designer goes off to design stuff. Otherwise, it doesn't work well. You know, the designer gets the wrong idea about the person because the person's not, you know, we're hackers, we're paranoid, no person identifiable info. Thank you. And they're not really being vulnerable or open. I am like, hey, tell them your story about how you got into this. It's not the real story. It's like, no, like, you know, so that's the one thing. So once the hacker and the designer come together and they make an actual design, I still have to, you know, I still got to add a little mat on top. It's still not like, you know, it's not popping yet. And then I add a little mat on top, and then we send it to the cut and sew place. We get the samples. I test the samples with people who, you know, are just like ask me like, oh, Matt, can you send me something? Like we just got these dresses in yesterday, right? So I was like, that have like faces on it to blur your facial recognition. Someone takes a camera and it's just trying to look at your face. It's like, wait, is that one person or is it a crowd of people walking together? So it's just like trying to get this stuff to work is hard. Stuff like that, because like that's like acronym. All this stuff is technically works. Like we have these neck gaiters that block your face from being seen, and it's a cat and mouse game. Like up until the most recent iOS update, it was working dope on iOS, and now if you get the wrong crease or fold in your neck, it just doesn't work at all. So you know, it's really about the trying to get some of our technical stuff to work. But yeah, that's that. And the designer gets a cut of each sale. The hacker gets a cut of each sale. The hacktivist group gets a cut of each sale. And then we have enough to just keep it going. And that's what it is. It's really been fun. One thing has not been fun is I forgot that it's like a whole ass job. So I started a whole ass job for myself. It's like a lot of, I learn a lot. It's very complicated to do this. It's very complicated. Moving pieces.
Yeah, honestly, this has been on my mind so much. I keep meaning to ask you how you're balancing all of it. I mean, like superstar hacker, international conferences all the time, full-time work, plus
Crypto
all
Harlem,
the
street
random
art.
volunteer stuff and all the stuff, and now a fashion line. Like literally, I don't know anyone who's worked as much as you have. But really, how do you stay sane every day?
Well, I have a squad. You know, I have a team. I like includes y'all. You know, like where would I be without Sarah, Tia Bo, of course, the Danathea, you know, Tia Elixir. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I have, yeah, I'm just lucky to have that team. But all the listeners right now, props to y'all in the chat.
So we do have one question in the chat, Matt, that I'm going to pull up and then put here on screen. It says, are you doing any more events for helping the community better protect themselves from hacking? Maybe based on some donation for people who really who are serious about protecting themselves.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like we're in this PBS Nova special, Secrets in Your Data. So you should check that out. Sorry if my voice is weird. Let's see, Secrets in Your Data. Let's get that up. We continue to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we're Secrets in Your Data. You could catch Cameo, Dana CFO. There's the Secrets in Your Data educational program on Nova Learning, which was Danacia and myself being broadcasted to all these different high schools across the United States, talking about how you could be more private. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like I see this thing like who could I see this thing here, but where is it on YouTube? Let me go to videos. Boom, boom, boom. They got to work on their SEO, man. They got to work on their search engine optimization. Come on,
Yeah,
Nova.
I was trying to look for it the other day, and I thought it was taken down, but you have to
Maybe.
but no, like
I know.
it was doing my liked videos.
Hold on. I got you.
It's like PBS Nova Education or like Nova
Yeah,
Education.
yeah. I
PBS.
got it right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna show it on the screen. So yeah, this is how we reach people. We reach people virtually through, you know, we're on Discord, we're on Instagram. You can see this ill poster here. You see that before, Sarah? The one on the screen. Can you see it? No. It's probably
Yeah, I see the Nova one. The Nova one, yeah.
Yeah, so we got the Nova thing. So we got this one. So this is the Nova Ed one. Post that one. Boom. What else do we do? Obviously, of course, like you know, we don't do it for the money. You can keep your $50 to $100. You know, if you want to donate, that's dope. But we want to make sure it's not about how much money you do.
Buy some awesome swag. Get it for a friend.
Sarah's a salesperson.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know I'm gonna be sending this link to everyone I know.
Yeah, no, you can.
Of course.
And yeah, we're putting out new stuff all the time. But again, they're all limited. So when it sells out, it sells out. And I'm always messing with new ideas, like a hack you bag.
Have a nice tea.
Yeah, have a nice tea. It's gonna be like have a nice day. I swear. Let's see, what else do people can do? Yeah, we have real world events. I've been talking to the Apollo in Harlem. I've been talking to the Caribbean Culture Center. There's a firehouse on the east side. So we'll promo it here way before we do it.
Thanks, Matt. Let's see if anyone else has any questions. Please send them in the chat. Otherwise, I know we're close to time. But please drop. Yeah, you have a question? Yeah, tell us.
Just another thing that we do. So this is an article from today's New York Times.
Oh yeah, CrowdStrike.
CrowdStrike. Got a message here. One tech fails. It's usually a whimper instead of a bang. And of course, we got the CryptoHarlem shout out. Boom, boom, boom. You know,
I will say this. Oh, is CryptoHarlem in it? Nice. Okay, I can't. It's very small on my screen, but Matt Mitchell, hacker and founder, organization. They should have had a test machine to emulate some of their clients' old boxes, and they would have seen the blue screen of death. Is the blue screen of death?
yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about what happened with CrowdStrike?
Yeah. Dan, I see it. Do you want to jump in this, or do you want me to jump into it?
Yeah, from what I've learned, it's like as an update. CrowdStrike was sending out an update to like all these like computers that were using their software, and because it was not like they were not compatible with the update, they crashed and they got the blue screen of death. And apparently CrowdStrike was used by a lot of like businesses and companies, and even like big um big infrastructures, like airplanes, airlines, and hospitals and banks and stuff like that. So it caused like a major global outage, and people just couldn't do anything when this happened. They got a blue screen of death. Is there like a photo there that shows people what it's like at airlines and stuff? So like a lot of people ended up like not being able to fly anywhere, and yeah, really sucked. It was like a minor update, but it caused a lot of problems to people.
You know what it reminded me of? Terminator. It's like the one tech company is going to ground all the flights around the world, stop businesses, paralyze hospitals. It felt very Terminator vibes when it happened. I just woke up to like just like flights and airport photos and airport videos and all of that crazy all over the internet. Yeah, it was that's what it reminded me of. I kept thinking about the Terminator, the movie, and the fact that like one tech company could just like paralyze the entire world. Not the first time it happens, but it does show you a little bit how reliant we are on like some centralized technology.
Yeah, and what Matt said there was great too. Like having some sort of emulators just to test the updates. They might have been able to prevent this, but we know like in cybersecurity field, a lot of people are overworked. Mistakes happen, and so who knows what happened here. They're like a professional company. This shouldn't have happened, and a lot of companies
Yeah.
lost millions just from this
Yeah.
like minor update.
And Rootsman Chan was saying like it probably created a spike in phishing attacks. It did. There's a lot of fake, like it's opportunists, man. Never let a good emergency or news headline slide by. So hackers immediately started sending messages to companies like, this is a CrowdStrike update to fix the blue screen of death. Click here, and then they got hacked while they were down. Talk about kicking them while they're down. You know what I'm saying? So, or hey, click here, and we can help you fix the update. And you just like send us money, and then you never get the service. So, people who are gonna take advantage of those opportunities, and that's exactly what happened. Another thing that I talk about a little bit in the article was it's not just CrowdStrike's fault for not testing it before they sent it. I'm sure it worked in like some version of their software, but it's us. We get the updates, and we don't. It's not like you on your house where it's like you want to update your machine today. If you have 1,000 machines connected to critical infrastructure, maybe update one of them first and then see how it's doing afterwards. So these are like normal best practices that we don't really do as like actual in the wild. And we need to start doing that because that's what causes the problem. If someone's like, oh, there's the antidote, and you give everyone the antidote at the exact same time, and they're like, oh, we gave you the wrong thing, that's poison. Well, then there's no one around to help. Every machine is down. So that's what happened to a lot of these airlines. They are so no disrespect to IT people, but cyber and IT are not the same. And so they'll take a patch and they'll just push the patch across the board, update all of the agents, CrowdStrike agents across the board all at once. So there's no room for error. It's almost, you got to think about how this can go wrong. What if there was a supply chain attack? Someone was sleeping inside of CrowdStrike or any other major vendor, waiting to, someone gets a little phone call or their watch rings, and then all of a sudden they just boom, push out the bad update. Or if it was unbeknownst to them, someone between CrowdStrike and the vendor injected something in the patch, right? So we have these practices, we have these policies to protect us, but only if we follow them, you know? So that's what it boils down to. All right, parting words, last words. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna do a quick roll call because I'm actually on a laptop, so I'm just gonna do a roll call. Yep. For the Twitch people. Twitter, I said we couldn't push on Twitter because we didn't pay to be whatever on X. Yeah, we didn't pay to be the Elon's favorite or something. So I'll make sure we pay so we can go back on X for the X people. But that's why you don't see us on X today, because that's new. That wasn't like that like last stream. Of course, just putting my hands together for Rootsman Chin. Let me just stop this sharing. So in the VIP, Rootsman Chin. You know, I don't know. It's like the wrong sound. I pushed the wrong button. My bad. VIP. Hills 20 is that. Okay. Bagel Butt with a huge amount of engagement. Bagel Butt. Dances with Burritos. Appreciate you. Chilling here in Costa Rica. Heretic Code. Hey, not all heroes wear capes, not all moderators are on screen. A draw of things. Props to draw of things. It was nice meeting all of y'all. Hey guys, nice meeting you. Danacia, it was a blast meeting you today. Danacia's big fan club. Of course, the Roots man. It's also Microsoft's fault for allowing a kernel level drive to take down the operating system and prevent reboot. I mean, yeah, come on, Microsoft. How are you gonna leave people out there having to go into safe mode, you know? So yeah, there we go. All right, well, listen, we'll do more of this, you know, Saturdays at 1. Come hang out with the squad. Everyone looking dope, so pretty, you know. And yeah, just, you know, keep telling everybody. Listen, if you want to get some funds to support us, CryptoHarlem.com, pick up a Crypto Harlem hat or whatever, or a hoodie. Dropping some. We had some shirts that we did, Crypto Harlem shirts that we debuted at Hope. People really loved these gems. They're like little cool remembering, like teaching moments, so people could ask you about your shirt. You could talk about what it means. We have the explanation on the site, all this other cool stuff. So we have a lot of, and then we have so much more stuff coming out from our the minds of Matt and the design team at Not Anon. So Crypto Harlem, always free, always for the people.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Nice meeting you all.
Thank you. Bye y'all.
Take care.
Oh, let's sit inside the AC. Oh,
You must get.
Hey guys, your cameras and stuff are on. We're not live anymore, right? It says
No.
we're live.
No, I don't think so.
Sometimes